Hi, I'm Ryan Weddle. I'm from Westport, Connecticut, and I'm currently the secretary of the New Hampshire Society. In the society, I represent Moses Belding, who was a lieutenant in the 3rd Battalion of the New Hampshire Continental Line. Moses was a little bit older than the typical Revolutionary War soldier. He was actually a veteran of the French and Indian War. He had served as a sergeant in the militia during the French and Indian War. So when it came time to select officers for the Continental Forces, he was a quick candidate to become an officer. And Moses served from 1775 at the very beginning of the war after Lexington and Concord, all through the New York campaigns and the Saratoga campaign. And when they moved the army into Valley Forge, Moses' name appears on the first muster roll at Valley Forge. But I think it was pretty smart because he immediately applied for recruiting duty back home here in New Hampshire. So I think he saw the writing on the wall at Valley Forge and decided it was time to get out. And one of the family stories that we heard about and read about Moses is that he actually had a brother murdered. And there's a famous story of how he revenged his brother's murder. Moses' family owned a tavern in New Hampshire, and 2 of the perpetrators of the murder of his brother Aaron were at a tavern bragging about their dastardly deed of murdering Aaron. And Moses was quick of mind, and he told the person running the bar said, "Give these 2 whatever they want. Give them food, give them drink. Make sure you keep them here." And Moses went off and rounded up a bunch of his friends, a posse, in effect. And then they confronted the 2 perpetrators outside, and they had their revenge on them, and they killed the 2 men that had murdered his brother. So he was a tough guy. He didn't mess around. So I'm currently an officer in the United States Navy Reserve. I joined after 9/11, like many others who wanted to serve the country, and I'm carrying on that family tradition of service that goes back to the American Revolution, to serve and keep America free and a place that we want to pass down to our family. And so hopefully I'm instilling that idea of service with the next generation and my family and my sons going forward. Well, I was lucky enough that I was not handed down the membership. I was lucky enough to find an open line, and I had known about the society for many years, and I knew about its august history and reputation. And so to have the ability to be involved with that was really exciting for me. And so when I had the opportunity to join, I was very excited to do so. I think one of the main things that the society does today for the public is public education. That's one of our goals in the society, is to perpetuate the memory of what the American Revolution means today. And through places like the American Independence Museum, and through the good works in the New Hampshire Society and the General Society at Anderson House, the public education programs that they provide are really one of the main ways that we're able to preserve the memory of what the officers of the Continental Army, specifically New Hampshire, did to help achieve American independence. So I would say what we're doing for the public is we're helping to educate and keep that memory alive. Some of those early critics actually changed their mind. Benjamin Franklin changed his mind, and he was actually elected an honorary member as part of the Pennsylvania Society. Who are we to change this tradition? This is something that goes back to the founding of our nation. And the hereditary component helps give you, as a member, a direct connection to the founding generation. And being the person that represents a soldier who fought in the American Revolution codifies that bond. The society is relevant because America is relevant. The idea of America can only carry on if we know about our history. And one of the society's main goals is preserving the memory of the American Revolution, of preserving the memory of the men and women who fought for American independence, to document their sacrifice, and to make sure that future generations can understand and appreciate what they went through and have a better guidebook going forward. The American Independence Museum here in Exeter is one of the treasures of New Hampshire. Through its educational programs, they're able to bring forth one of the society's goals of public education to the forefront. Our aim to keep the memory of the American Revolution alive is exemplified here at AIM. AIM to me means New Hampshire. New Hampshire is one of the states that began the war in 1775 and fought all the way through to the end in 1783. AIM here has kept those collections and treasures relevant and open to the public, so the memory of the soldiers from New Hampshire is kept cognizant in modern day New Hampshire memory.